Hello everyone, I hope you're well. Today I'm going to review my whole graphic novel collection. These are all the graphic novels that I own and that I have read. I've reviewed a lot of these on the channel, so this will kind of be a summary of that. And I'm just going to tell you my completely honest reviews, whether I think they are worth your money, whether I liked them or not, and a little synopsis of all the plots. There's so many, they're kind of like snaking around me, like some kind of pervert. Also, do you like how professional I am? Sitting here, just like, guys, we're going to talk about some graphic novels, but it's me, so it's not going to be very professional, is it? It's going to be weird, but yeah. I'll put your leg down, Hannah. Close your legs, sweet pea. Oh, and also my crown's slipping a little bit. I can't get this to stay. My crown is slipping. My crown never slips, I'm the queen. So first up, I'm going to talk about... Oh, it's like I birthed it, like, oh, come on, oh, you're out, oh, welcome to the world. This is Calling Dr. Laura, a graphic memoir by Nicole J. Georges. If you've been with this channel since the beginning, you'll know that I absolutely just love this graphic novel so freaking much. It's about Nicole's life. When she was a child, she was told her dad's dead, and then when she gets older she thinks, is he alive? It's also just about life. It's about her relationship with her mum, her siblings, her relationship growing up with her different stepdads, her relationship with her girlfriend. It's so moving and beautiful. I love it so much. So Nicole also illustrated the whole thing herself. So it's got kind of these dark, shady pictures, which is present day, and then it goes into this really simplistic white when she's a child, and it works so well. Everything about it is absolutely stunning. Sometimes she uses diagrams in it to explain things. So there's a bit in it where she's arguing with her mum, and there's a little diagram, and as the argument progresses, her mum's turning into a lion and she's turning into a little hedgehog and rolling up in a ball, and it's just beautiful. I cannot recommend this book enough to you. It is so worth your money, it is so worth your time. It's moving, but it's moving about normal life. Buy it, buy it, buy it. Next I'm going to talk about, I'll do it like a kind of tombola. Oh, this is Andy Porrigandi's Lost Property. It's about a man who, he's a postman, and he goes into a lost property shop, and all the things that are in there are stuff from his life that he has lost, but they're also childhood things, so I don't know how he's lost them, because they're actual things like, I think, prams and stuff. This was part of a scheme, so it's incredibly small. It's quite expensive for how small it is, but the scheme is 17 times 23. And what they do is they basically give people like Andy a platform. So they say, we're going to help you create a very small graphic novel, and we're going to distribute it for you and try and get your name out there so that you can get into the graphic novel world. It's really like cool scheme. I thought this was okay. I didn't love it. And it's kind of about when you're a child, you have all these hopes and dreams. So he has like a trumpet, and he wanted to play the trumpet, and then he has this other stuff, and he wanted to do all this different stuff, and he hasn't done any of the stuff that he wanted to do. He's just kind of got stuck in the mundane of life. And the story wasn't amazing, so I probably wouldn't recommend, to be honest with you. I am interested to see what Andy does in the future though. Oh, it's getting exciting. I've closed my eyes. I bet I look like a little rat. Like, oh, okay. This is by Campfire Classics. This is Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, but it's been adapted by Louis Helfand and illustrated by Rajesh, I can't say his last name. It's really weird, but that's kind of good because it goes into the Lewis Carroll bits. But one thing I would say is the characters, I remember, continually change face. So Alice will have one kind of face, and then the next picture her face will be really grotesque, and then it'll be really pretty. Like, there's no norm throughout it, and I think I found that really irritating. It was quite ugly drawn, but I think for Lewis Carroll it's a really odd kind of, you know, he was probably off his tits, wasn't he, when he wrote it, so it was okay. It was like, I'm not gonna bash it, but I'm not gonna like trash it, no, like bash it or like love it. Oh, that was gross. Put you there. Out of my way, out of my face. Stop talking to books, Hannah. Next up I have Persepolis by Marjane Satrapi. This is two books in one. This is the bind-up edition. It's like a paperback size. The art style in this is very kind of simplistic, very kind of old comic book style, black and white. There's a few full-page ones, but it is very simple. I loved this. This is basically about a girl growing up in Iran, and takes her all the way from like childhood to adulthood. Her parents are really forward thinking and everything's fine, and then what happened is loads of political things happened in Iran, obviously, and Islamic State got their way in as well and said you all have to be Muslims. And this is true, this is actually what happened. And so they were all like having parties, drinking. Her parents were really into art, like really cultured, great people. And then all of a sudden they were like, okay, women have to wear headscarves, you're not allowed to wear makeup, you're not allowed to play music that hasn't been like said that we have said you can play it, women aren't allowed out by themselves, and all these like, what Islamic State was what it does, it puts all these dictatorship rules on people. It's so moving, and there's a really like great bit in it where she says, she basically, there's a massive war in Iran, which like is true, that's what happened and everything. She goes to Europe, and in Europe no one really knows her pain because they're all so privileged, so they don't know what war is, they don't understand it. So she's like, I don't fit in with these people because they don't understand war, they don't understand the threat. But then when she goes back to Iran, she says, I don't fit in with these people because they've lived through a war and I haven't. And it's how she doesn't belong anywhere because she's like, she had to leave the country, as many people did, to be safe. And so her cultural identity is like, where on earth is it? Where does she belong now? I wish they taught this book at school because it's so important. Everyone go and get this, please. And read both books, don't just read the first one, you need to read 2 to complete like the story of her life. Love it. I then have Amulet. I have only read Amulet book 1, so I can't review book 2, but I bought it, which means I liked Amulet book 1. It's weird, it's kind of like a child's book, so it's really cutesy animation, like loads of different colour palettes in it, very magical. It's about these kids, a relative dies, so they go and like take over the relative's house. Their mum goes into a door or something, she gets sucked into a different world, they gotta go and find her. It's all freaking cute, freaking weird. It was good, and I've bought book 2 and I'm excited to read book 2, but there was something missing for me, and I think when you get like the first volume of a graphic novel, you're just getting to know the basic storyline, so I never feel that I can fully connect to it. Then on to a beautiful one, Beautiful Darkness. This is a French graphic novel and this is stunning. It's this kind of gorgeous watercolour palette. I love this so much. I made it like own video on this, so just link that down below because video is already going to be really long, so you can just go and watch that. One thing I will say about that video when I reviewed this, I was trying to be really professional, so I was like, oh, I'll film it in the video in the garden because, you know, this is set in the woods, I'll film it, it'll be cool. But it just came across really weird, and my favourite bit is I decided that I was going to set the camera up quite far away, and then I was going to walk up to the camera, but walk like through a flower bed that's in my garden. And I imagined it to be really like a beautiful darkness, but really professional and sleek and lovely. But because it's me, I was literally like an elephant trampling over flowers. And then at one bit I like grab like a bit of wood and I'm like, beautiful dark! I'm like shouting. Like some kind of gremlin just be like, read this book. And also it's the height of summer and I'm wearing a white fur waistcoat. I mean, the whole thing is just odd. So it's worth a look for that. But the I then have a book which I reviewed and read recently, Jane the Fox and Me. This is again a French graphic novel, but it's not even a graphic novel, it's a children's book. But I question how much children would understand from this. How rude. But I question children. It's about a little girl, she's been bullied. She's currently reading Jane Eyre, and every time she reads the book Jane Eyre, it kind of gives her escape from her reality. And she has a little scene with a fox, and that's basically what it's about. Got this kind of really nice smudge-esque drawings and then that are in black and white, and then when she reads Jane Eyre it goes into colour. So there's her reading Jane Eyre. I reviewed this recently, I told you I loved it, I won't whittle on. It's beautiful, I loved it, I cried, it reminded me of my little childhood. Oh, Jane the Fox and Me, Jane the Fox and Me. Ah. I then have Sisters by Raina Telemaker. This is basically about a girl and her sister have to go on a road trip together. They're like children, their mum's driving, and it's just about their relationship. It's like watching Cartoon Network. It's so cutesy. I really, really liked it. I thought it was like watching a children's film. That's literally what it was like the whole way through. Her and her sister don't get on because they're at that age where she is kind of like getting a bit older and... Oh my god, there's a bird like looking at me. What do you want? I'm not going to get my breasts out. If you're a peeping Tom, you're not going to get anything from me. We'll wait. We'll wait for you. We'll wait for you. Oh, okay. Good. Fucking riddance. I wouldn't say it's like amazing or emotional or anything like that, but it is a cute little book. So do with that as you will. Now, please don't kill me. The next one's one that BookTube kind of loves, and I don't. It's kind of more a comic book series than a graphic novel series, but still, it's Saga, about this couple here who fall in love, but they're from, kind of the best way to describe it, maybe from like different tribes, kind of Romeo and Juliet-esque, and people want to kill them, so they're like going through space or like trying to, you know, get away. I really love the art style. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I think the woman in it, I think her name's Lana, she is gorgeous. I won't be reading on with the series. I can feel the unsubscribe button being clicked. I'm done with it now. I like space stuff, you know, I do like Star Trek a lot, but I think the thing that Star Trek that works is there's so many main characters, so there's so many recurring characters that you really emotionally get attached to, and some of the episodes are about one of those characters specifically, and you really kind of go into that. Whereas in here you only really have two main characters. You have the person that's trying to like do the hit and kill them, but I don't feel that emotionally connected to him, so there's only two characters to care about. And now our time has come to face our final curtain. You bored me. I'm so bored. I'm not gonna buy another volume. And last but not least, through the woods we go, through the woods. Has anyone seen that musical Into the Woods? I saw the film version of it, I didn't love it. I thought Meryl Streep was very good in it. But, sorry! Just talking about a musical. Back to the video, Hannah. This is Through the Woods. This is a short story collection by Emily Carroll. It's just gorgeous. There's so many different art styles in it as well. I've done its own video, surprisingly, in the garden as well. But go and watch that video because I loved this. I loved it. If you love horror like me, you'll love it so much. I want Through the Woods too. Okay, Emily Carroll, listen in. Keep your listen. I want you to do a number 2 of this because it needs to be done. It's not good enough, just one. It annoys me that it's over. Yeah, loved Through the Woods. Loved ya. Can I buy you a drink? I love you. Sorry, but yeah, Through the Woods. Go buy it. I know I just said that was the last graphic novel, but I've just remembered another graphic novel that I absolutely loved, and I got it at the library, so I don't own a physical copy of it. But it's called Ghost World. It's by Daniel Clowes. Such a good graphic novel. You need to like actually purchase it. It's kind of indie and like grunge about it. It's got a whole green colour palette, and it's about these two girls that are friends, and I love them so much. They are so... Ooh, if you like me, then you'll like them because they're a bit odd, a bit weird. And they go to the diner and they make up stories about people's lives. That's just one part of it. So they'll see like a man sitting somewhere and they'll be like, oh, you know what he is, and like make up stories. It's about the friendship. It's also about how over time you can be so close but then in another time not have anything in common. I love that so much. So Ghost World is really good. And that's it. That's the end of my graphic novel collection review. I own some comics, which I might do a separate video on comics. But I hope you enjoy... I was going to lean on the pillow, but this will do. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, then let me know. What other ones would you like to know? Oh, so my kind of short story collection, poetry collection. If there's any graphic novels that you think I should really read, then leave them down below. I'm just looking at a massive pile of books that I bought recently from a charity shop. I've been a charity shop fiend with my like, little claws out. So there'll be a book haul like in the next couple of days. I'm like Hugh Hefner, like there'll be a book haul in the next couple of days, but just put my little books, my ladies over here, and feel free to stick around. Yeah, okay. that got weird very quickly. Let me put my leg down because that's not attractive, is it? Like, so I'll see you again soon for another video. Bye.